Good afternoon, students. Today is the fourth week of our online learning. In today's lesson, we are going to learn about heroes. Who is our hero? And we are going to also study about different types of jobs and whom do we admire, who is our hero we admire, and why. This is a photo here of something happening. There are two people. This is one person who looks like she was in danger. This person looks like she was in danger. And this person is rescuing her. What can you see in the photo? Start thinking. This lady might have been stuck while she was mountain climbing. She was probably stuck in a gorge or crack in the mountain or hurt herself, and so she needs to be rescued. What do you think happened before this photo? So exactly that. She must have been in danger of some sort and then must have called for the Red Cross to save her. Who is the hero in the photo and why? This person who is rescuing her would be the hero because he's doing a good deed. Who are your heroes? Okay, this is a nice question to think about. Basically, you have to think about who your role model in life is. And why do you look up to these people? Why do you admire them? What great thing have they done? And accordingly, you would like to be like them and select a similar type of job to do. In today's lesson, our vocabulary will be about different types of jobs, different types of temperaments and characteristics required to do different types of jobs. So basically, choosing the correct career. We will also learn about adjectives of character, how to describe someone who is brave, someone who is funny, someone who is kind, someone who is cheerful, someone who is serious. Okay. Next, we will be doing expressions with make. We will be learning about expressions. Make a cake, make something. The suffix ness. Ness is added to the end of a word. For example, happy, happiness. Something that brings great joy. Okay, so happiness. Our language focus will be on was and were. Was normally used for as a singular and were as a plural. We'll be also learning about past simple, affirmative and negative. Past simple time expressions. Something like yesterday, a week ago, a month ago, or when I was a little child. And then was and were and past simple questions.
Who's your role model and why?
My role model is Usain Bolt because he can run faster than anyone on the planet.
My big sister is my role model. She's 20 and she's an amazing dancer.
My role model is Anne Hathaway because she's a good actress. She also helps a lot of children's charities.
My grandfather's my role model because he's kind and wise. His family was very poor, but he worked hard and went to college.
My role model is a boy from my school because he saved his little sister from a burning house.
My history teacher is my role model because her lessons are really interesting and fun. I learned so much in her class.
Who's your role model and why?
CD 1, Track 14. Listen, check and repeat. A. Dancer. B.
Actor.
C. Scientist. D.
Firefighter.
E. Police officer. F.
Musician.
G. Astronaut. H.
Artist.
I. Nurse. J.
Vet.
Match the words with the pictures. So these are the pictures. We have about 10 of them, and we have to match the different types of jobs and the pictures. So number 1 is a ballerina. So dancer. Number 2 would be someone acting on stage, so an actor. Number 3, a scientist. Number 4, a firefighter. This one, number 5, a policeman or a police officer. Number 6, a violinist or musician. Number 7, an astronaut. Number 8, a painter or artist. Number 9, a nurse. And number 10, a vet. Now let's check these answers. Well done, all correct. That's good. Let's move on to the next exercise, where we have to complete the table. There are different kinds of jobs. One job involves science. Some other jobs involve artistic and creative disciplines. And the last one requires lifesavers, people that save lives. So let's check the different columns. So for science, astronaut, scientist and astronaut. For artistic and creative temperaments will be dancer, musician, actor, and artist. And for lifesavers, nurse, police officer, a vet, and a firefighter. Let's check. Well done, all correct. So different types of jobs requires a different type of a personality. Someone who likes to do science, someone who likes to be creative and artistic, and someone who likes to do something good in their lives. So look at the jobs in exercise 1 and write answers to the questions. Which 2 jobs would you like to do and why? Which 2 jobs would you not like to do and why? Example, I'd like to be an artist because I love drawing and painting. We can continue this exercise in the classroom.
CD 1, Track 15. Listen to the magazine quiz.
Quiz of the month. People who made a difference. Christopher Columbus was born in Genoa over 500 years ago. He wanted to sail to Asia from Europe. He started his journey in 1492, but he didn't arrive in Asia because he made a mistake. 2 months later, he arrived in A. The Caribbean islands, B. Brazil, C. Canada.
Anne Frank was a young Jewish girl living in Amsterdam over 80 years ago. During the Second World War, her family hid in a few small rooms in a house because the German army wanted to put Jewish people in prison. They were there for 2 years. Every day, Anne wrote about her life. In 1944, the Germans found Anne and her family and took them to Germany, where she died in March 1945. What is the name of the book that she wrote? A. My Life at War. B. A Girl's Life. C. The Diary of a Young Girl.
Tim Berners-Lee was an engineer, but became interested in computers in the 1970s. He wrote a program that could connect computers across the world. He called it the World Wide Web and made history when he gave it to the world for free. He said, "This is for everyone." But when did the web go worldwide? A. In 1980, B. In 1991, C. In 2002.
Fact. Teachers can be heroes too. In 2012, Elaine Johnson, a primary school teacher from California, USA, saved the lives of 2 students when she pulled them from a car that was on fire. Amazingly, the students weren't hurt.
Now let's try and answer these questions. Read the quiz and answer the questions. People who made a difference. For number 1, the reading was about Christopher Columbus. Christopher Columbus was born in Genoa over 500 years ago. He wanted to sail to Asia from Europe. He started his journey in 1492, but he didn't arrive in Asia because he made a mistake. 2 months later, he arrived in the Caribbean islands. Number 2, this one is about Anne Frank. Anne Frank was a young Jewish girl living in Amsterdam over 80 years ago. During the Second World War, her family hid in few small rooms in a house because the German army wanted to put Jewish people in prison. They were there for 2 years. Every day, Anne wrote about her life. In 1944, the Germans found Anne and her family and took them to Germany, where she died in March 1945. What is the name of the book that she wrote? My Life at War, A Girl's Life. I think it's this one. The Diary of a Young Girl. Tim Berners-Lee was an engineer but became interested in computers in the 1970s. He wrote a program that could connect computers across the world. He called it the World Wide Web and made history when he gave it to the world for free. He said, "This is for everyone." But when did the web go worldwide? In 1980, in 1991, in 2002. I think the answer is in 1991. Okay, let's check our answers. Okay, they're all correct. Well done. The next exercise. Complete the sentences with make and one of the words in the box. Let's see it in the template. Number 1. Do the exam carefully. Try not to make mistakes. So mistakes has been taken from here with the use of the word make. When I go on holiday, I often, with the people I meet, make friends. Number 3, people who change something in our world make history. Okay, let's go on to the next. Number 4. It's John's birthday tomorrow. Let's make a cake. Number 5. Before you close the door, you've got your keys. Make sure. Before you close the door, make sure you've got your keys. Otherwise, you'll be locked out. You won't be able to enter. Number 6. Can I make a suggestion? make a suggestion. Make a suggestion means give you an idea or tell you how something can be done in a better way. So can I make a suggestion? Let's go to the cinema on Saturday afternoon. Let's check our answers. Well done, all correct. Okay, that was easy enough. Okay, the next we can discuss this when we come back to the classroom, but I will maybe just show you what you can think about. Think of a famous hero. Write your answers to the question. Okay, so we can just think about this for now. When we come back, we can discuss it. What's his name? Where is he from? Where does he live? What does he do? Why is he a hero? So if you select a hero, you should be able to answer some questions about him or her. But we'll keep this for later when we are back in the classroom. Students, today we will see the use of was and were. We use was when we are talking about when one person is talking, for example, or when it is about one person. I was, he was, she was, it was. So in the singular form, we use was. When we are talking about many people, so in the plural form, we use the word were. We were, they were. Now, an exception to this rule is the singular you. When we talk about you, or when we use you in the sentence, we always say you were. For example, you were late yesterday. And so that is for the affirmative or the yes part. But if it's negative, we say was becomes wasn't or was not. I wasn't, he wasn't, she wasn't, it wasn't. And for the plural, we use the word weren't. We weren't, they weren't. But when we talk about you, which is the exception, you weren't in school yesterday. So you is the exception. Here are some questions that you can practice, and the way you will answer is on this side. For example, where was he yesterday? And the answer, he was at school, or he was at home. We can omit the use at. He was home. Okay, so here you can practice making up some conversations. Students, let's listen to the following conversation, then practice it with a partner.
Hey, Betsy. Where were you yesterday?
Hi, Alan. I was at home. Why?
I called you 3 times.
I was out in the garden.
Well, my barbecue was yesterday.
Oh no, the barbecue! I forgot. Sorry.
Okay, listening task. Where were these people yesterday? Listen to the conversations and number the places from 1 to 6.
Conversation 1.
Hi, Jenny. Where were you yesterday?
I picked up my sister. Her flight was 6 hours late. It was terrible.
Oh, sorry you missed my barbecue.
Conversation 2.
Where was Bruce yesterday?
Bruce? He was with his family at the park. He played soccer with his sons.
Conversation 3.
Were Colin and Lisa at Alan's barbecue yesterday?
No, they weren't. They went shopping.
Conversation 4.
Was Ed at the barbecue?
No, he wasn't. He got a haircut.
Conversation 5.
Hi, Fern.
Oh, hi, Alan.
Where were you yesterday?
I was sick. I stayed in bed all day.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Conversation 6.
Gina, where were you and Tom yesterday?
Oh, Alan, it was so hot. We went swimming. So, how was your barbecue?
Well, it was quiet.
Okay, students. So when we correspond the pictures to the conversations, there are 9 pictures and 6 conversations. So these are the pictures that were left out. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, coming back to the book. The language focus was and were. Anne Frank, a young Jewish girl. Anne Frank was a young Jewish girl. They there for 2 years. They were, plural they were. Amazing, the students weren't hurt. Let's check our answers. Okay, well done. So you've understood the use of was and were. Let's go to the next exercise. Choose the correct answer. He, singular, was a famous tennis player 10 years ago. You, this is the exception where we have to use were. You were very good at sport at primary school. Number 3, I, singular. I was at home at 8 o'clock last night. My friends, plural. So, my friends were at football practice yesterday. Number 5, I, singular. I wasn't at school last week. I was ill. And number 6, she, singular. She was born in Ireland in 1991. Well done. So, if you understand the use of was and were, it's very simple. The only exception to the rule is when you talk about singular with you were. Okay, so please remember that. Complete the examples from the text. Remember, we had the article about Christopher Columbus. Christopher Columbus was born in Genoa over 500 years ago. He wanted to sail to Asia from Europe. He started his journey in 1492, but he didn't arrive in Asia because he made a mistake. Okay, history says it that he was looking for a sea route to India, but landed up in America. So probably that's why we call the Native Americans Red Indians. So he started his journey. Here we have to use the past tense of the word start. He started his journey. He didn't arrive in Asia. So he didn't arrive in Asia. Let's check the answers. Correct. Okay, that was simple. Let's move on. Let's do this exercise. Complete the sentences in the past simple and use the words in brackets. I usually do my homework before dinner, but yesterday I did my homework after dinner. Number 2, we normally have our lunch at school, but on Monday we have to use at home. But on Monday we had our lunch at home. Number 3, I often swim in the swimming pool, but last year I swam in the lake. Number 4, I visit my grandparents on Sunday, but last weekend I visited my grandparents on Saturday. Trying to keep the meaning the same. My grandparents, my grandparents. My mom teaches at my brother's school, but when I was little, at my school. She taught at my school. Okay. Next, number 6. I study in the library every day now, but 3 years ago I, the past tense of study, studied. Okay. Let's go to this exercise. Complete the text with the words in brackets. Marie Curie was a scientist. She, past tense of lived in Paris, France, but she wasn't French. She was from Poland. Past tense of meet. She met her husband Pierre at university in Paris, and together they discovered radium. Many of the teachers at the university didn't want Marie to teach there because she was a woman. But in 1906, she made history and became the first woman to teach at the university. 3 years after becoming the first woman to win a Nobel Prize. So Marie Curie was a scientist. She lived in Paris, France, but she wasn't French. She was from Poland. She met her husband Pierre at university in Paris, and together they discovered radium. Many of the teachers at the university didn't want Marie to teach there because she was a woman. But in 1906, she made history and became the first woman to teach at the university. 3 years after becoming the first woman to win a Nobel Prize. Let's check our answers. Well done. Okay, so this was using the past tense of the words. Okay, students, let's go to the expressions for time. Put the time expressions in order. Start with the most recent. Yesterday, this morning, when I was little, 4 days ago, and last weekend. So, this morning, number 1, this would be the most recent, going back. Yesterday, last weekend, 4 days ago, and when I was little. That was a long time ago. Okay, let's check our answers. Okay, that's good. Well done. Okay, this is something we can think about. Think of some people you know. Write sentences, what they did and when. Use the events below and the time expressions from exercise 6. Then compare your sentences with your partner. So this we can do when we are back in the classroom. We can talk about went to school, gave me a present, played a sport, helped me, went to a party, read a book, went to a foreign country, was ill. Example, my best friend went to school this morning. Okay, so we can do this once we are back in the classroom. Now let's watch a movie. Learn about Jana, a vet in South Africa. Why is Jana's job special? Why did she become a vet? Why did she shoot the rhino in the video?
Wildlife hero. This is South Africa. It has hundreds of different kinds of animals. Meet Jana Pretorius. She's a special kind of vet. She moves animals from places where they are in danger from hunters. Jana's job is very dangerous because the animals are wild, but it's a very important job. Why did Jana become a vet? When she was 5 years old, her father took her to a wildlife park. From that moment, she knew. Today, Jana's looking for a rhino. She's going to take it to a new home. To do this, Jana shoots the rhino with a sedative, and it falls asleep. But something is wrong. Was the sedative too strong? Jana gives the rhino another type of medicine. Jana and her team wait. Finally, the rhino wakes up. He's okay. And ready to go to his new home. Why does Jana do this dangerous job? It's because the black rhino is an endangered species. That means there is a very small number of them in the world. Once, there were just 100 of them in South Africa. But because of people like Jana, now there are 1,000. Jana loves her job. She says that each animal is different and special in its own way, and she wants to help them all.
Okay, students, now let's answer the questions about Jana. Why is Jana's job special? Let's take a notebook so that we can write some important points to answer the question. So, why is Jana's job important? The first one. Jana's job is important because she moves animals when they are in danger. From hunters. What else? Anything else? It is a dangerous job. Because the animals are wild. And the animals are important So Jana's job is important because she moves animals when they are in danger from hunters. And it is a dangerous job because the animals are wild. And it is an important job. And it is important to look after the wild animals, the animals in the wild. Okay, let's go on to the second question. Why did she become a vet? Yes, she decided to become a vet. Why did she become a vet? She decided to become a vet when she was 5. When she was 5 years old, and her father took her to visit a wildlife park. So this was the moment she decided to become a vet, because she was taken up by the animals. She liked the animals very much. Okay, why did she shoot the rhino in the video? She shot the rhino with a sedative to put him to sleep. So she shot the rhino in the video. This was a black rhino that's endangered. So she shot the rhino with a sedative to put him to sleep and maybe to move him to another place. Okay, so that is about the movie. Now let's go on to the workbook and try and answer some questions. Find 10 words in the word search. This would be regarding the different types of jobs. Yes. So, astronaut, police officer. Can you see any more? Musician, artist, dancer, scientist, and more. vet, firefighter, nurse, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more. This is the other one. Actor. Okay, I think we've got all. Let's check. So these are the different types of jobs. Well done. Let's go to the next exercise. Choose the correct words in the conversation. What do you want to do when you leave school? I want to be rich and famous. When I was little, I wanted to be an astronaut and travel to the moon, or a vet and save animals' lives, or work in a zoo. Oh, so what are you good at? Not a lot. I like acting, but I'm not very good, and I can't play the guitar. So you don't want to be a musician, because you can't play a guitar, or an actor, because you're not very good at it. No, I don't think so. I don't think I'm very creative. Well, what about nurse? Then you can help people get better. No, I think that's a difficult job. I'd really like to be an artist and paint beautiful pictures. Let's check if it's correct. Yes. You can get the answers by reading on and checking what is required. For example, and travel to the moon, or and save animals. So the person that saves animal is a vet. So after you read on, you are able to get the answers. Or in this instance, where the speaker says he is not good at acting, or he likes acting, but he's not very good at it, and he can't play the guitar. So we can imagine that this person wouldn't make a good musician or a good actor. Okay, so you have to think about what the sentence, or rather you have to try to understand the sentence before you can fill in the correct answer. Let's go on to the next exercise. Match the words with the definitions. Okay, the definitions are below, and we match them with the definition. The answers are below. They move to music. You can see them in the theater or at a concert. So the word is dancer. Next, they find people who do bad things. This would be the police officer. They play the guitar, the piano, or another instrument. So music oriented will be a musician. You can see them in the theatre, on TV, or in films. That would be actor. Next, they work in a hospital helping doctors. Nurse is correct. They paint pictures or make beautiful things. That would be artist. Next, they help animals when they are sick. That would be vet. They travel to space and they sometimes stay there for a few months. That would be astronaut. Number 9, they study and work in universities or laboratories. That would be a scientist. And the last one, number 10, they help people when a building is on fire. Firefighter. So those are the definitions to the sentence. Let's check them. Well done. They are all correct. Let's go through them once more. Number 1, a dancer. They move to music. You can see them in the theatre or at a concert. Number 2, they find people who do bad things. The police officer. Next, number 3, they play the guitar, the piano, or another instrument. The musician. Number 4, you can see them in the theatre, on TV, or in films. An actor. Next, number 5, they work in a hospital helping doctors. A nurse. Number 6, they paint pictures or make beautiful things. An artist. Number 7, they help animals when they're sick. A vet. Number 8, they travel to space and they sometimes stay there for a few months. An astronaut. Next, number 9, they study and work in universities or laboratories. A scientist. And number 10, they help people when a building is on fire. A firefighter. So these are some of the jobs that people do in the world. Let's go on to the next. Again, this is something that we can work on or think about and then do it once we are in the classroom. Choose 2 or 3 jobs. What is good about them? What isn't very good? Write at least 5 sentences. Example, it's a very interesting job. A scientist needs to study for a long time. And you continue writing if you're writing about a scientist. So this is just an example of how to begin. Okay, let's go on. Choose the correct words. So this is a kind of revision of what we've already done. I, he, she, it, we use was. Okay, for singular. You, we, they, we use were. So you were there, we were there, they were there. Next, for I, he, she, it, we use negative form, wasn't. I wasn't there, he wasn't there, she wasn't there, it wasn't there. And the negative form of you, we, they weren't. So you weren't there, we weren't there, they weren't there. Let's check it. Okay, so that is just a revision, so it's not difficult. Let's go on. Complete the sentences. So here we have to use the choice words. We were. We were both in the hockey team, but you were. This is the exception, although it's one person. You were a good player, and I wasn't very good. Number 2. Bill Gates and Paul Allen weren't interested in finishing their university studies. They were only interested in computers. Next, number 3. Before he was an actor, Hugh Jackman was a PE teacher at a school. And number 4, Kaka was always a good footballer. Kaka was always a good footballer, and his brother, Digao, was just like him. They were both very good footballers, but Kaka was better. Okay, so this is a reversion exercise of using was and were. Well done. Let's go on to the next exercise. Time expressions. Order the sentences with the time expressions. Start with the most recent. Number 1. I did my homework this morning. Number 2. I went to the shop yesterday. Number 3. My parents visited Rome 4 days ago. Number 4. They went snowboarding last month. And number 5. They couldn't play the piano when they were little. They couldn't play the piano when they were little. All right, let's check. Well done. So we can understand our time expressions. Let's go on to exercise 5. Match the sentences beginning with the sentence endings. Match the sentence beginnings with the sentence endings. Number 1. My homework was really bad because I made a lot of mistakes. Number 2. I like cooking, so I sometimes help my mom to make a cake. Number 3. When I was at summer camp last year, I made a lot of friends. Number 4. Okay, you don't know what to do. So can I make a suggestion? Number 5. I want to do something amazing so I can make history. And the last one, number 6. Before you go out, make sure you do your homework. Probably this is a nice instruction that your parents normally give you, and you probably hear this instruction from parents. Before you go out, see that you do all your homework. Okay, let's check and see if they're correct. Yes, they're all correct. Well done. Listening and vocabulary. Adjectives of character. Use the clues to complete the crossword. Okay, this is very interesting. I know everyone likes the crossword. Number 1, across. She always makes people laugh. Who always makes people laugh? Someone who is funny. Number 2, he didn't laugh or smile at all. Someone who doesn't laugh is called serious. Someone is serious. He didn't laugh or smile at all. Okay. Number 3, she is always happy and smiling. Ending in letter L. Okay, let's keep this for later. It's quite a big word. Let's look at 8 down. My friend never gets stressed. So that will be calm. And number 3 across, she is always happy and smiling. Cheerful. Number 7 down. Ellen wasn't afraid of the snake. So Ellen was brave. Number 5 down. He gave me some of his food. He was kind. And number 6 down. Mark didn't say anything all evening. Mark didn't say anything all evening. He was quiet. Okay, let's check our answers. Okay, they were all correct, except we didn't use capital letters, but when the correction came about, it corrected the small letters to capital letters. So, well done. Let's go on to the next exercise. My 2 best friends are Chris and Adam. They are very different. Chris and I are always laughing because he is very funny. But Adam is very serious. He doesn't smile much. A lot of people think he is unhappy, but he isn't. He's quite cheerful, really. He is also a very brave or quiet. He is also a very quiet person, especially at school, where he doesn't talk much. Chris is the opposite. He's friendly to everyone and never stops talking. I'm not good at science like they are, but they are both really kind and help me with my homework or before an exam. Last term, I was nervous before a physics exam. Chris and Adam never panic. They told me to be brave, stay calm, and do the exam. And they were right. It wasn't a difficult exam, and I passed. Let's check the answers. Well done. So I think by now, students are able to understand the different types of words. Let's go on. Okay, let's go on to this exercise. This is a listening exercise. So let's listen to the track.
Listen and choose.
Welcome to the programme. Last month, we reported on a group of teenagers attacked by a black bear in Alaska. Today, I'm talking to one of the boys. Jonah, you and 2 other friends were seriously injured. How are you now?
We're all out of hospital, thanks.
Good. So, how did the attack happen?
We were on a survival course in Alaska. We had 3 weeks with our instructors, and then we were on our own for 5 days.
And when did this happen?
On the second evening, we were camping near a river, and we were tired, so we had dinner early. I was in my tent when somebody screamed. When I ran out, I saw the bear.
What did you do?
Well, the teachers on the survival course gave us clear instructions. Don't run away from the bear. Lie on the ground so the bear thinks you're dead. Some people in the group did that, but I didn't. I screamed and ran down to the river.
And did the bear come after you then?
Yes, it attacked me and then the others. After a few minutes, it disappeared. It all happened really fast.
Did the rescue service come?
No, we phoned them, but they couldn't fly the helicopter at night.
So what did you do?
We waited till morning. I was badly hurt on my head, neck and stomach, but I was lucky. Tracy Smith, one of the other teenagers, had special training with the ambulance service. She stayed calm and knew exactly what to do. She looked after us all night in the camp.
So she saved your life?
Yes, she was incredible. I'd like to say thanks, Tracy.
Okay, so what is this recording about? About Jonah, right? He was ill on a survival course. He saved his friend from the river, or he survived a bear attack. I think number 3. Yes, it's correct. Well done. So this whole listening was about a survival from a bear attack. Okay, we have to listen once again to this exercise. So let's listen to the exercise once again about the bear attack. Are you ready?
Listen and choose.
Welcome to the programme. Last month, we reported on a group of teenagers attacked by a black bear in Alaska. Today, I'm talking to one of the boys. Jonah, you and 2 other friends were seriously injured. How are you now?
We're all out of hospital, thanks.
Good. So, how did the attack happen?
We were on a survival course in Alaska. We had 3 weeks with our instructors, and then we were on our own for 5 days.
And when did this happen?
On the second evening, we were camping near a river, and we were tired, so we had dinner early. I was in my tent when somebody screamed. When I ran out, I saw the bear.
What did you do?
Well, the teachers on the survival course gave us clear instructions. Don't run away from the bear. Lie on the ground so the bear thinks you're dead. Some people in the group did that, but I didn't. I screamed and ran down to the river.
And did the bear come after you then?
Yes, it attacked me and then the others. After a few minutes, it disappeared. It all happened really fast.
Did the rescue service come?
No, we phoned them, but they couldn't fly the helicopter at night.
So what did you do?
We waited till morning. I was badly hurt on my head, neck and stomach, but I was lucky. Tracy Smith, one of the other teenagers, had special training with the ambulance service. She stayed calm and knew exactly what to do. She looked after us all night in the camp.
So she saved your life?
Yes, she was incredible. I'd like to say thanks, Tracy.
Okay, let's check the answers. Number 1. 3 teenagers were injured in a bear attack. Number 2. They were on a survival course in Alaska. When the attack happened, the teenagers were camping. The accident happened after dinner. When Jonah saw the bear, he didn't do what the instructor said. The instructor had told them if they saw a bear that they should lie down and stay still. But instead, Jonah ran. Number 6. The attack was very fast. The rescue helicopter arrived in the morning. And number 8, Tracy Smith was teacher, a student. Tracy Smith was a student. Let's check and see if the answers are correct. Well done, all correct. Add ness to the adjectives in the box. Then use the nouns to complete the sentences. Number 1 has been done for us. His uncle has a very serious illness. My teacher really likes the of my homework. Tidy, tidiness. Number 3. Thank you very much for your kindness. Brendan felt a great when his cat died. Sadness. Liam's very good at football. His only weakness is his left leg. My grandmother always said that happiness was the most important thing in life. Let's check our answers. Well done. Now let's take some time to read the sentences. Number 1. His uncle has a very serious illness. My teacher really likes the tidiness of my homework. Thank you very much for your kindness. Brendan felt a great sadness when his cat died. Liam's very good at football. His only weakness is his left foot. My grandmother always said that happiness was the most important thing in life. Students, now that we have completed our lesson for today, please go to Google Classroom to complete the assignment. Thank you.